Hey Connected fam, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking you along for this really cool ride and this really cool episode, and it's called all about the one and only Destiny James.
Should we keep it? Okay. Welcome back to the channel. That's just how we're going with today.
That was really random. That was not planned.
I think I was laughing and fixing the camera angle.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, pause. Let me see if it's good.
Okay. All right.
Welcome.
Whoa, that was fun. The one and only.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm Jaden. And today, I will be asking all the questions because this episode, like I said, is all about our lovely host over here.
Yay.
Okay, let's get right into this. Are you nervous?
A little nervous.
You should be. Just kidding.
I remember when it was Jane's turn and I was like, why are you nervous? And then
I'm like, haha, now you know how I felt.
it is a lot of pressure. So I hope I answer all these. Okay, let's get into it. Let's dive in this.
What's a funny or memorable experience you've had recently?
I'm debating if I want a between two.
If I want a between two.
Okay. I'm debating between two.
Okay.
So pick number one.
I was just going to do that.
Okay,
Two.
ready? Wait.
Oh.
Okay.
Did you remember them?
Let me number them. Okay.
2.
Okay, guess what one it is?
The wave?
No. Okay, we'll go with the wave. So as you know, sorry. Memorable experience was our past Hawaii trip. It was so fun. Yeah. But a funny experience is I don't ever go in the ocean because I don't like the ocean and it scares me, and like there's things in the ocean and I don't want it to come up to me. And also I hate the sand. Like I just don't know how to explain it. So I'm not really like a beach person, but everyone wanted to get in and like I couldn't be the only one not getting in. So then I was like, okay, I'll try to get in. And what is it called? Like where I was standing.
Like the break zone. Like she was standing right where all the waves broke so they would crash.
Yeah. And I was my dad tried to tell me to go out further, but I'm like, I ain't going out further. And I didn't listen, and that's what I get.
Like, I ain't going out further. She was like,
no,
I'm not going out further.
Yeah. Well, in my head, I'm like freaking out, but I'm like, no, I'm not. And he's like, you should. Next thing you know, like 5 seconds later, wave comes. I get trampled. My bathing suit, like literally top falls off. I like felt like I was going like this underwater. That's my little funny experience, which I'll share the other one too, because they're probably like, oh, what was number one? The other one was at our hotel, they have a lagoon and it has like eels and like fish and turtles
and stingrays.
And they have stingrays in there?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
We saw it and I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, originally I wasn't even going to go in because I was like, I'm just going to go get ready. And I was afraid it was going to be cold. But then they told me it wasn't cold. But like, I just don't like the idea that like things are under me. Like, ooh. And so Jaden was on the boogie board at first. And I was like, Jaden, can I have it? Because we were trying to do it together, but it was just not working. No. And so then she held on the front and I was on the back, like holding it. Cause like I remember I gave it back to you and I would like swim. And then I was just thinking that, you know, when you like, do you need to get on something? I don't know how to explain it to you, but I got on the boogie board and we went by the waterfall because that's where all the turtles are. And I'm on the boogie board like this. So like on it, and Jaden's in front of the boogie board. And I'm like, we're out there and I see a little head pop up and I thought it was a fish. So I was like, guys, look, a fish head. But it was a turtle head. And then it clicked that it was a turtle. And at the same time that it clicked that it was a turtle swam right under my feet and I could feel its like shell in its arm. And I was like, something just touched me.
Screamed.
Yeah, I was like freaking out. And then Aaliyah had like her scuba snorkel stuff. And Jaden's like, that's just Aaliyah. And she wouldn't let me move. I'm like, trying to move. I'm like, no, like freaking out. And like going crazy because it was a turtle. And then, yeah, so that was just funny.
Turtle 5 seconds later. I'm like, okay, I believe you now.
And I was like, okay, let's go.
She's like splashing. She literally, if you guys watched our thing, We're sitting in the water and Destiny's like, Aaliyah, record. So like I turned and we're like looking at the camera and I look back at Destiny and she splashes me in the face.
You'll see that so rude. Life in Hawaii on Instagram.
That's rude. That's Destiny core.
No, it was a joke. It was supposed to be something light and funny.
It was funny.
I didn't like major splash.
No, it wasn't like choking on water or nothing.
Yeah. But that was a little funny, memorable experience I had.
Okay, next question. What's your go-to comfort food?
Okay, well, when I hear comfort food, I have two. Oatmeal. I love oatmeal. It's just so like, if I'm sad, I could just cry with a bowl of oatmeal. That sounds so depressing. You know how people just cry with ice cream? Mine's oatmeal. But I like my oatmeal. I get so excited and then I talk so fast and then yeah. I like my oatmeal more watery. And then also another go-to comfort food would be my mom's chicken and dumplings. It's not like Asian dumplings. It's like different. You'll just have to try it. Yeah. Definitely that. I'm like,
it's delicious. Yeah. We love that.
Yeah.
Okay. What superpower would you want and why would you want the superpower?
Invisibility.
Why?
So I can be invisible sometimes if I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there would be cool like teleportation. That's a cool one too. But then you have to get like, can people teleport with you because they don't have teleportation? So I don't think so. And if I'm the only superhero, then invisibility it is.
For everyone else.
Just imagine how cool that would be if I'm just like invisibly
dropping on everyone.
That'd be kind of cool.
A little stinker.
I like invisibility. I'm like invisible and I like come back from Spain and I surprise you. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or to scare you.
You would scare me a lot.
Like I'm just sitting on your bed and I'm invisible. And
I lay down
and I'm invisible. That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Tickling you and I'm invisible. Okay, that'd be my superpower.
What's your favorite way to spend the weekend?
So Jaden says the weekend starts on Friday. So after work, I like to come home, eat something, and then like watch a movie. Mm-hmm. Keep it chill Friday nights. Or like have a game night or like have people over, like something chill. Not really like leave my house. And then Saturday, like these are the 5 things. I think I have 5 things. No, 4 things that my weekend needs. That it needs to consist of or else it's not a good weekend. 1, Jaden. 2, a reset day. 3, church. 4, be surrounded by people that I like love. I don't like to just sit around. So Saturday is definitely like wake up, eat breakfast, and then clean. Do my laundry on Saturdays, and then I like to clean my bathroom. Me and my sister share a bathroom, so I take out the trash, and then like if her side or my side has like little toothpaste on it, you know how sometimes toothpaste gets on the mirror, Windex it, wash our towels. I just like to clean on Saturdays. And then also like school, I like to go write my agenda. Like I have a little agenda and it like weekly breakdown. So I write everything I want to accomplish that week, like outside, like school stuff or outside of school stuff, or just like random things. So that's like my reset day. And that doesn't take me the whole day. So then I like to hang out with people, like just do something fun, going somewhere or I don't know. And then Sunday, wake up, go to church, after church, eat some lunch, hang out. I like going to a weekend, hang out with people. I just don't, like I said, my weekend just needs a reset day and needs to be surrounded by people because I don't like to be bored doing nothing. Like weekends are not, I do not like relaxing. So my weekends are not like that. Unless you call like watching a movie on the couch. I'm really craving that.
Just a nice couch movie.
Yeah.
What's one hobby or skill you've always wanted to try?
Poetry. Jaden always laughs at me because I really wanted to do poetry. And then one day I think we were sitting in your car, right?
I don't know.
And then I was just like, I want to do poetry. There was a cow. And then Jane laughed at me.
And now every time she mentions poetry, I'm like, there was a cow.
I feel like poetry is so cool because you can write your feelings, but not really write your feelings, you know?
Like, unscramble my words.
Yeah, like what am I trying to say by this? The flower didn't bloom because the sun wasn't out. I'm just kidding. I don't know. See,
who's the sun? Who's the flower?
Yeah.
What's covering the sun? A cloud?
You'll never
Is there
know.
just no sun?
Is the sun Jesus? So you
Is
can't
the cloud
bloom
the
without
world?
him?
Mm.
A good one. See? You'll never
You
know.
never know.
Or I really wanted to become ambidextrous. I think I'm saying that right, correct?
I have no idea.
Is
But
it,
I think
maybe
so.
Maybe I'm
Ambidextrous.
pronouncing
I think you're like ambidextrous.
Yeah, so much.
Like I was like,
ambidextrous.
yeah, ambidextrous.
Whatever it is. I really wish I really wanted to be able to write with both hands. So during COVID, I used to like have this journal where I would write with my left hand. And then I just stopped.
Alrighty. What is the most what is the most influential
Who?
Sorry guys. Who is the most influential person in your life?
I do not have one person. I would just say my whole family in general. I'm lucky to have a big family. There's 9 of us, including John. So just being the youngest, you just get to learn from them. That's the best thing. You have good examples around you. So they're all so influential for me. Like I look up to each and every one of them in different ways. So for sure, my family. Yeah.
It's a pretty
'Cause I don't
solid
even, like,
answer.
I don't know about you, but do you have like a celebrity that you look up to? Even like a Christian one?
No. I feel like that's kind of weird because I don't know that person. So
True.
like, how can I
guess-
look up to all your actions because I
Yeah.
don't know you?
True.
I know what you
I
put
mean, I
on
listen to
today.
some other podcasts and I like them, but like, I'm not like, you know how people are like about people?
Yeah.
And because we have Jesus, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the only person you truly need to look up to.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What's one thing you wish more people understood about you?
I just had to
The
give a look at the
look.
camera. Sorry, Spotify, if you can't see the look I just gave.
Just imagine attitude. I mean.
Sorry, guys, we abbreviate everything. So when someone gives attitude, we'll say, "Okay, dude." Okay, dude.
Okay, dude.
Wait, what was the question? Oh, one thing is, guys, I'm genuinely not mean and I'm not intimidating. I hate that people get that about me. I'm actually very nice and I'm just shy and it takes me a little bit to warm up, okay?
I feel like you can't say you're not intimidating,
Okay, fine.
but you're not mean. You can say you're not mean.
Well, I don't think I should be intimidating to you guys because, like, why are you, like, intimidated by me?
I'm just a regular gal.
But I think it's just because if I'm not comfortable, there is a quietness about me and I just think I don't know. I just get really shy. And it does take me a lot to warm up to people. Like my family, that's no big deal. But even just like friends from high school, when I have to hang out with them, no, not when I get to hang out with them, because I love hanging out with them, I always like get nervous before. And they know it. They're like, I just know you're nervous coming. I'm like, yeah. But then I just warm up. Like that's just with anyone and everyone. Like I just don't know. I just get really shy. So one thing is if you don't know me because I bet you guys think like watching this, you're like, you're so outgoing. What do you mean? How are you shy? But I am. And if you've ever interacted with me, you know I am. Because I'm not the type of person just to go out of my way and be like, oh my gosh, hi. You know? So if you think I'm intimidating and you don't know me, you shouldn't think it. I'd love to meet you.
She'll be kind.
And if I've ever been mean, I'm sorry.
We're growing, okay? It's one piece of advice you've received. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's just the 2 V's right there.
You've-
Messing with me.
the U and
You've
the V.
received. You have received that has been particularly helpful.
Okay. One I would say is my brother. Actually, I think it was my brother. I don't even know who it was actually. But I don't think it was my brother actually.
That said this?
Yeah. Was it? The way you just already know. I don't know if it was him. Maybe he said it in different wording. But never let fear be the reason you don't do something. And that's been particularly helpful for me because sometimes I think all of us can let fear get in the way. But if fear's the main factor of not doing something, that's not a good enough reason not to do something just because you're afraid. Like, for instance, thinking about like the baptism, a lot of people don't get baptized because they're like afraid.
Mhm.
It's like, that's not a good enough reason to not do something. If we always let fear control us, then like that's not fun life. So that's helped me a lot because I feel like I definitely went through a stage where I was very fearful about like everything and anything and everything, and I never wanted to try anything. And because of that, like that saying or having that mindset, I've gotten to do stuff that I would never do. Like I used to hate roller coasters and I'd cry, but we went as a cousin, as a group with my cousins, and my brother forced me to go on all of them. And the first one, I was like crying and I loved it. And then I wanted to go on every other one besides the drop tower. They forced me on the drop tower and I literally cried my eyes out. That I don't like that. But definitely that, or like even we went on like segways around Idaho. That was fun. Just like little things. Public speaking, like running for class office my senior year. Like I would so want to do it because I like helping out and stuff, but fear was the main reason I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. So that's a piece of advice that I think helps.
I really
And
like that.
also, I used to have this sticker, which I love. It's not I used to, it's actually on the back of my MacBook. Sorry, Jaden. And it says, right? Lose.
Mm-hmm.
Fears lose power when you face them. And then this used to be in my car. I also like that because that is so true.
Yeah, that's a good one. Why are you going to Spain? Why are you going to Spain, Destiny?
To study abroad.
Okay, next question.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. Also, Jaden always does that when it's brought up.
It's just so sad, but so exciting.
To me, I have it like, it's not, what is it? Not real. It's not, it hasn't like settled in yet. So like, I'm not.
Like, I'm literally still here. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not even going to Spain
So
yet.
far from now that it hasn't hit
But
me.
I'm like, I only have 100 and something days left.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. But the reason why is, let me try to make this long story short, which if you know me, that is never possible. Destiny cannot do that.
We cannot.
I just feel like every detail is important in the story. So I have to give every little detail so that you feel like you were there with me. But let's try this. We're sleeping over at my brother's house and I really wanted to go to St. Mary's and we were talking about that, but that's like really expensive. And so then he was like, have you ever thought about studying abroad? And I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then he was like, Spain would be really cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would. And then that night, like he just planted the idea in my head. And then that night, me and Jaden watched Cheetah Girls. We're there in Barcelona, Spain.
Amigas.
Cheetahs.
Oh, cheetahs.
Friends for life. And so I'm getting hot. Are you?
Mm-mm.
No. And so maybe because I'm in the hot seat. Okay. Where was I?
Amigas.
Cheetahs.
That's where you were.
Oh. And so then that night I went home and then I just kind of like slyly like told my mom about it just to see her reaction. I knew my parents wouldn't say like, no, you can't go, but like I felt like they would, you know? I was just like, and then she was like, oh my gosh, like sad. She's like, you're never allowed to sleep over there again. And then later I told my dad and he started crying. But he was like, if this is what you want to do, like I'll pray about it. And then so that week when I went home, I looked up like the application and it was closing that Saturday. So it was like I had a week and I got in. So that's basically the short story. But of course, you can't make a big decision like that without adding God to the equation. And so I was praying about it, and when I found out I got in, I told my brother, and he was like, are you for sure gonna go? But I was like frozen in fear that I didn't want to make the decision because this is what I told him. I have it on our text messages. I said, I'm afraid that I'm gonna ruin God's plan for my life. Like, what if I choose to go, but this isn't what he has? Like, how will I know? And so that night at the time I was doing the 40-day prayer journal that's called, or prayer fast that's called Draw the Circle. Thank you. And that night I was saying that and I was just worried and I still hadn't made the decision. And then I opened my book. I don't know, remember what day it was on, but it said, sometimes I think we're so afraid of making the wrong decision that it keeps us from making the right decision. And that just gave me peace. And still, I didn't want to decide because I was still nervous. Like, this is a big decision to go that far away from everyone. But I think my mom had already just assumed that since I got accepted, I was immediately going, which technically I did say if I'm accepted, I was going, but I was just like in denial. And then she was like texting me. She was in Florida and like, oh my gosh, I'm looking up ideas for how you pack or what do you want to do for your going away party and stuff. I really wanted to make a decision by the end of the week. And I never listened to my radio, okay? I was on my way back from church and K-Love was on in my car and I wasn't even listening to the radio. I honestly was praying and I was praying to God and I was like, this is so outside of my comfort zone. Like, should I do this? I don't know. Like, I'm really scared. I was basically talking to God, like in my car, just driving. Obviously, my eyes weren't closed because got to look at the road. But I was saying, I'm scared, basically telling him, like, I'm too scared to make the decision yes. Like, I really want to say yes, but this is so outside of my comfort zone. Like, am I going too far? And then I was just praying and I hear the lady on K-Love. Mind you, like I said, normally my phone connects and I connect my phone and I don't listen to the radio, but this day I was like too lazy to. So she said, if you are feeling called to step outside of your comfort zone, this message is for you. And I'm going to play the video because right away when I heard this, I was like, I need a video of this just to show Jaden, like, no stinking way how good God is. And hopefully you can hear this properly on the mic. So here we go. It's a minute, so bear with me.
Just want to encourage your heart, remind your heart, he's never going to take you somewhere and leave you stranded and not equip you for what it is he wants you to do. He's put things on my heart in my life that I just looked up at the sky and said, are you kidding me? I have no idea what I'm doing there. It didn't matter. It didn't matter because he did. All I had to do was say yes. I'm encouraging you to do that today. If you're feeling a little like, oh, I'm in over my head, that's exactly where God wants you to be, so that your trust will be in him and not in you. So say yes, trust that he is going to give you everything you need to get you through the season that he has asked you to walk through.
So that's the video. And I was just like, oh my gosh, God, thanks for the God wink. Like, that was crazy. But I just know, and I hope you know, that God could speak to you through anything. And I don't think that's just a coincidence that I happened not to connect my phone and she just happened to talk about the comfort zone while I'm praying about stepping outside of my comfort zone. And that just gave me peace and literally just say yes. Literally just say yes. And I said yes. I said yes. And I decided, and then I kept it on the down low for a little bit. And then I just told everyone.
This is so crazy. Like, you're literally going to Spain.
I know.
Like, you're going to Spain.
I know.
Like,
it still hasn't hit me. See, guys, this is what I say. I know.
Like, you're literally
leaving.
Won't
be in the same town as you.
I won't see you for
every
3
day.
months straight.
I leave in September, guys. Beginning of September.
And then she'll come back in December.
Yes.
And leave in, like, end of January
again. So I'll be back for a while.
And then I won't see you for another, like, 4 months.
Yeah. Guys, please be on.
Literally, you need to pray for me.
Please keep her.
Make sure you keep Destiny in your prayers, but also keep me in your prayers, guys. How do you plan on staying connected to family and friends when you go to Spain?
I plan on calling them, sending them vlogs, of course. Yeah. FaceTiming them, texting them, just staying updated. Just because I'm leaving doesn't mean I don't want to be a part of their life. Of course I'm going to stay connected.
How do you plan on staying connected to Christ when you go to Spain?
I plan on reading my Bible, and Spain is predominantly Catholic, so I hope I find a Christian church, but if not, I'm just gonna watch Sunset Online. But my main thing on staying connected is I'm not gonna have nobody. So the only person I can truly lean on is the Lord. So I think our relationship is just gonna flourish. See, can't English. Can't English, guys. So yeah. And I think we're just gonna grow together.
Not think you will grow together.
Yes.
Okay, now these are questions that you guys asked Destiny via Instagram. So let's get into this section. What is your favorite memory?
Okay. This was hard. I was like, who has one favorite memory in their life? Like, you know, like Inside Out, I have so many of those yellow balls up in my brain. Like, I don't even know. But the one that the memory people grabbed and played in my head,
Projected it.
hopefully you guys seen Inside Out, is my senior year, September 2022. Me and my dad went to a Seahawks game, and we played the Broncos. Oopsie. And if you're wondering why is this game so important, is because Russell Wilson left our team and moved to the Broncos. So it was like rival. Like we wanted to beat Russ because he abandoned
Tensions
us.
were high.
And
Dun, dun, dun.
if you've ever been to Seattle, it is so loud, and the atmosphere of the stadium is just like Touchdown City.
It's so much
everything.
fun. The energy is very high.
I've been to other football games and stadiums, and they're not as fun. So, and I'm not being biased just because I'm a Seahawks fan. Like, you can ask people that aren't Seahawks fans and who have been to Seattle, they love it. The atmosphere is just so crazy. Well, imagine like playing your ex-quarterback and everyone being like 10 times louder. And I'm literally sitting like this close to my dad and I can't even hear him.
Okay.
I said, did we just score? And it was back and forth. And guys, don't quote me on this because I don't know the exact stats, but I don't know how much time was left, but I'm pretty sure it was 16-17. We were up by 1, and it was either a 64-yard field goal attempt or 62. I want to say 64, and it was the Broncos. And I don't know how many seconds were left, but it was like not enough to even like this was the last play of the game. And me and my dad, we took a day trip, so we flew in early that morning just to go to the night game, and then we were flying out that night because I had school the next day. And we went, and because we were flying out, we had to like hurry up to go to our plane. And we stood at like the bottom deck because we're like my dad's season's ticket holder, so our seats are more up there. And from where I was standing, like sometimes when you're watching a field goal, depending on where you're standing, it could look like they made it, but they didn't. Okay. We'll do it in a sec. Seahawks. That's like our little Seahawks thing. And so everyone's just going crazy, screaming so they don't make it. And he shoots, he kicks, and he scores. Psych. He didn't score, but I thought he scored. And I was like, no, he made it. And then I just see the crowd go, ah, like they roar. And I'm like, yes. Like I start screaming after. Yeah, that was like a great memory that I have.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Okay. How are you different from when you were in high school?
I'm really hot. How was I different than when I was in high school? I would say I'm a lot more bolder now. Bolder. That sounds weird. I'm a lot more bold. I don't think bolder's a word.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I'm definitely more bold now, and yeah, that's my only answer for that.
What are you most nervous and excited about for studying abroad in Spain?
We have so much more to go. Sorry, guys.
We have 4 more questions.
Hopefully you're not tired of me yet. I feel like yours was just so much more fun. And mine's like boring.
It's not true. It's not true.
Hopefully you're learning something new about me. I do not like this. Okay. what am I most nervous about? Being away in a country where I know nobody and I don't even speak the language and I'm away from my family.
She can't even English, so how is she supposed to Spanish?
For real though, if I can't English, how am I gonna Spanish? No, I'm just kidding. But definitely being far away from my family. That's what I'm most nervous about. And I just have like this fear that I have a fear of missing out on like important things.
FOMO.
I do. Or like that
Doesn't
everyone's
have
going to
FOMO.
forget about me and not care.
It's
I'm
not
just in
gonna
another
happen.
country.
I mean, this is the
So that's
Destiny
what.
James.
Okay, stop.
The
That's also something I was nervous about. Excited. What am I excited about? I'm so excited to learn more Spanish. I cannot wait. And I'm so excited to meet new people. I just love meeting new people and they don't know a lick about me. They don't know nada, nothing. So it's going to be fun and they won't know my family. They won't know nothing. I'm just going to be a new human being to them. They're going to be like, who is this girl?
Dang, I wish I was as bold as her. You know, you
Okay,
can be,
well-
Jesus Christ.
Not that, but just like, I think it's just so cool. You know, when you don't know someone, maybe I'm just a weirdo. Maybe I'm just like my dad.
You are a little
Not
weird.
calling my dad a weirdo.
He is a little weird.
But do you guys just ever like, is yearn the right word? Yearn to get to know someone?
I thought you said like urine. I'm like, what?
You know.
I'm like, what?
Like,
yeah, like you
when you meet
long
someone
to, like
new,
you
I
want
just
to
want to know everything
You're
about
like, just
them. Like, what school
be
do
my
you go
best
to? How many
friend.
brothers and sisters do you have? What makes you you? Like, I really want to know what makes them them, you know?
Yeah, I do.
So I think that's so exciting because I'm going to meet so many new people. Like, so many. Because I don't know one person. Even the girl, like, I'm going to be rooming with, I don't know anything about her besides, like, she gave me, like, she texted me a brief little, like, info thing. And
this is so cool.
I know.
Like you finally get to be mysterious.
That's always been my goal. I'm never mysterious, like I said.
She can do it.
Okay, next
Okay.
question. We're getting carried away.
How do you keep your relationship strong with your older siblings despite the age gap?
I really, really, really like this question. So shout out to whoever asked this question. I would say putting effort in. That's what really helps. I don't really text my siblings. I mean, I do, but like that's not where I mostly communicate. We see each other a lot. So that really helps is just going out visiting them, or luckily for me, we all like work at the same place besides my brothers. But staying in touch and yeah, and knowing that they have a life and not like acknowledging that they have a life. And I am like, so this is a little side rant, like blessed with my older siblings. Like it's just crazy blessed. And a funny story, I just realized that I'm spoiled to have them. I remember we went to Disneyland and my parents wanted to leave early. I did not want to leave early, so my siblings let me stay with them. And then my sister was like, didn't you say you wanted this? Okay, we'll make sure you go get it. And then my brother went with me and they're like, didn't you say you wanted to go on this ride? Even though they wanted to watch the parade. They were like, we'll watch the parade. You're going to go on it. Like they just take really good care of me. And they always have. And so I think that's never something I never struggled with, not having a strong relationship with my siblings. But I think just putting effort in both ways and getting to talk with them. And if your siblings are far away, then just call them or check in on them weekly, you know?
What calling has the Lord put on your life?
Okay.
Your life.
Before I answer this, has this episode not felt like it's going on so long?
It does. How long have you been
I
filming?
hope I'm not filming too long. Okay. I feel like the calling the Lord has on my life is to just pour into others, especially kids. That's why I want to be a teacher, because I honestly love just pouring into others, anyone and everyone. Anyone that will listen to me speak about Jesus or just listen to me speak in general, I love them. But everyone always asks, like, are you sure you want to be a teacher? Like, they don't get paid. I do not care about the money. You know, what's that saying? If you love your job, it's like you don't work a day in your life or something. That is so true because I love it. I'm not even a teacher yet, but I absolutely stinking love it so much, and the kids are a huge blessing. And I just want my classroom to be a place where if they come from a hard life at home, I want them to enter my classroom and those worries, obviously they can't be completely gone, but they just feel at peace and calmness, and they feel loved in my class and believed and supported, and that they know that there is someone who believes in them, and that's me, and that I am a safe place for them, and that they feel loved. So I feel like that's my calling. I don't know. I've always said, like, people are like, would you do anything else? And I cannot picture myself not being a teacher.
Or like, if you weren't a teacher, what would you be? Dead.
Like, I
Nothing.
can't explain how much I love kids. You know how people love dogs? That's me with kids.
Yeah. You do have a big heart for them. How would you encourage someone your age to have a relationship with Jesus? Why would you encourage someone to accept Jesus as their Savior?
I like this question too. This is a good one. I think that being authentic really helps, and just being open and showing that you are human, and just because, yeah, you're not perfect and you're not gonna be perfect. And I think that's helped a lot, because how would you encourage someone your age? I know that I have definitely encouraged people my age. Does that sound conceited? No? Okay. I just know there's been people around me, and they would ask me so many questions, and I would try and help, and just like knowing that I don't have it all together and I don't know all the answers, but I'm still learning, and just being like loving like them and loving like Jesus and being Jesus with skin on. I think that really does encourage. And I think once you get to know people better and talk with them and hear what they're going through, you just can see how much they need Jesus in their life. So just encouraging them. And I would encourage them by inviting them to church, or going to like the young adults group, or like little things like, hey, you want to go to a coffee shop and read our Bible? Or do you have any questions? Or sending them Bible verses throughout the week. Like, hey, I was thinking of you. Even if they're not believers.
Yeah,
Why would you encourage someone to accept Jesus? Because I know that he's the only one that can fill that void sometimes, or fix those problems that you have.
That's good.
Last question. Whoopity whoopty whoop.
See, those 4 went by quick.
Yes, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Roll out. Okay.
Roll out. My dad used to always make us say that before we leave the house. Roll out. I would get so annoyed. Be like, I can't hear you. Say it louder. No.
Do you want me to say them all, or you want me to break down?
Yeah, so I know.
Okay. What has been your journey as a pastor's kid? What has been your biggest struggle, and what did you do to overcome?
I don't really know how to answer like what my journey's been as a pastor kid. Like, has it been hard?
Yes.
Easy?
Like, has it like
Overwhelming?
you could say like, well, I struggled with this, and then I overcame it with this, and like that's your journey, is like how you.
Isn't that the same thing as
reacted.
what's your biggest struggle?
That's what I'm saying, is like,
Okay.
what's your journey been? Like, that's the basis, but then the other questions are like,
Going deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. My journey as a pastor's kid has been sometimes overwhelming, sometimes hard. I love that my dad's a pastor. I love it. I think that sometimes I would love to hear what my siblings would say about this question. Like, genuinely. There's just like an unsaid expectation you have as a pastor kid. It doesn't matter. Like, there just is. All eyes are on you. You just have to feel like you have to act a certain way, which made my biggest struggle was like feeling the need to be perfect and everything. And especially because I said I was shy, I felt like I had, like, if I didn't say hi, that would just give a bad rap, And so my biggest struggle was definitely portraying that I had everything together, because, I mean, that's what everyone does at church. But being that pastor kid, you just feel like you're in the spotlight. And how did I overcome that struggle? Just realize that it's an audience of one, and I don't care what people think about me just because I'm a pastor's kid. Just because I was the title of a pastor's kid, which I never go around saying, oh, I'm a pastor's kid. Like, I don't think that's ever came out of my mouth. Like, I'm a pastor's kid. Fun fact, never. But just because I'm a pastor's kid, that makes me the same as to Jaden, or to, if you're watching this and you're not even like close to like being involved in church or anything, it's like I'm still human. Just because I'm gonna have a label of a pastor's kid doesn't mean that I'm like holier than thou or gonna follow the rules. Like I still have fleshly desires and I still fall into sin. So I think that there's just like an unsaid expectation, and sometimes it gets to you and it's hard because you have to make sure you act a certain way, or you can't do this, you got to do that, because then it like also reflects my parents, and I don't want to make my dad seem like if I did something bad, but like, do you get what I mean? Do you guys get what I mean? I hope so. I know I was gonna say that.
I know.
But definitely just that unsaid expectation of you. It's like it's hard. Especially when I'm meeting people that already know my dad. I'm like, what do you already know about me? Especially, sorry. Jaden gets mad because I say especially.
Especially. Mad, I'm just like, it's like people saying espresso. I'm like, come on.
I don't even realize it.
I know you did it a lot right there, but I'm like, it's fine. I don't need to just point it out.
Well, I just called myself out. See, I'm aware. Especially. Especially. How do you spell especially? You're right. If you're going to call me out on my grammar, I'm going to call you out on your spelling.
That's fine. I just said I don't know, but I do know there's no X.
But yeah. Yeah. So.
Expectations.
Yep. That's the hardest struggle. Yeah. That is it.
That's
I hope
a wrap.
you learned something new about me, and I hope I did it for you.
I love Destiny so much more now.
I just feel like my energy wasn't there today.
I just disagree, but it's fine.
It's like weird being in like the seat. Like you're like, oh, guys.
Okay.
Either after this episode, you're either going to want to be friends with me or never speak to me again. And I'm fine
either way because I have an audience of one.
I'm fine either way. Going to cry myself to sleep though. Just kidding. But thank you for listening and tuning in. We love you all. And next episode, we have exciting.
So exciting.
We're going to have our first guest. Sound like I said guest. Guest. And let's do the song of the week. Song of the week is going to be God is Good by Forrest Frank.
We love that song.
Remember to stay connected to each other, to us, and most importantly, to the vine.
Divine.
You're supposed to say it like how I was saying it.
I was.
Divine. Divine. Okay,
and remember.
Okay, bye. To
be the light.
Be the light, y'all. Okay, we love you. Bye.